Hey everyone, I hope you're all well. Welcome to another video. This is the video that I promised from the last one, the race report on the Ardingly Triathlon. I'm going to keep this video short because it is a busy week for me. It's also race week because I've got the Outlaw this weekend and I've got so much on at work. So let's get to it and get this video sorted. So let me start off with the swim. Swimming in Ardingly Reservoir was actually quite pleasant. The water temperature was about 18 degrees. They put us in the small groups of around 6 or so, and most of the guys in my group were looking around for a time around 25 to 30 minutes. I can really get used to these socially distanced swim. You don't have to worry about that frantic nature right at the beginning of a triathlon, and it's just nice to get into your stride pretty quickly. So I had a really good swim, really pleased with it. I came out in 25 minutes 45 seconds. Now that was the 7th fastest swim overall, and it put me in my, just looking at these results, it was the 2nd fastest swim in my age category as well. So set me up really nicely for the bike and out into transition. And transition was down a sort of hill onto a grassy area. I didn't have the same problems as what I had last time where it was so freezing cold and I had no feeling in my hands. Pretty straightforward. Got in and out in a couple of minutes and was out onto the bike. So what I would say about the bike course, it was actually a really nice course, quite scenic, quite straightforward, pretty much a loop, and we had to do 2 of them, although it was fairly lumpy and it was long. It was actually 29 miles, which had something like just over 2,000 feet of climbing. I'm not exactly sure of the number, but I know that it was over 2,000 feet. Some really fast sections on it, which are quite nice, sharp bends, so you've got to be careful on those. But the bike course was actually really pleasant to do, even though it was tough in places. I think I had the 7th fastest in my age group on the bike course, and really that was a 1:41, I think it was, overall. So yeah, considering how tough it was, pleased with that. So what I would say about the bike course was it was pretty lumpy. So what I would say about the bike course was it was quite a nice course. It involved 2 laps of a looped route, although it was fairly lumpy. It's pretty scenic in places, but also had some really fast sections and obviously a few steep sections as well. If you're going to get those fast downhills, you're also going to get the uphills as well, so you've got to bear that in mind. But overall, I was fairly happy with the bike. I didn't feel great, if I'm honest, when I first got out on it. As soon as you left transition, there was a massive steep hill that you had to climb, which was okay, but it took me a good 20-25 minutes to actually start feeling normal in the bike. And I didn't, when I got off, I didn't feel overly that confident or I wasn't that pleased with it, but I think I came in, I think I had the 7th fastest in my age group. I think it was 29th overall really. So that brought me in about 1:47, I think it was, something like that. So that then took us out onto the run, and if there was one part of my race that I wasn't totally happy with, it was my run. You might have seen that in my short summing up of the previous video. I talked a little bit about a stitch that I'd got, and that was partly, I think, due to me taking on too much liquid at the end of the bike, because there were no feed stations, and I was slightly concerned about that, considering it was fairly warm. Now the run didn't suit me whatsoever. It's not my type of run. I'm not keen really on cross-country running, that kind of thing, but it kind of left transition straight into sort of a wooded area. The tracks were quite small. They were still pretty wet and slippery in places. It was very tight, twisty and windy, and then it through a field, and all of this was uphill right till you got to the top, and then it was quite a fast downhill. The sort of last third of the run was actually a bit more pleasant. a little bit more open as well, but it's not my type of run, and that purely is because I just can't get into a rhythm. And I was suffering on that first lap with a stitch, I think, from taking on too much liquid, and that didn't really leave me until about 3/4 of the way around the first lap. I actually found someone, Jeremy, I can't remember his surname, but yeah, I followed him on Strava. We ran the second lap together, had a chat around. He was actually a really good guy. We ran that second lap together, and that was kind of got through it. I know he was suffering from a little bit of cramp, but I felt much better on the second lap. And I think towards the end of it, I was hitting 4:40 a kilometre pace. So I was pleased at the end, but yeah, my run, if anything, did let me down. So where did that come? That came, I think the run was around just over 7k or something like that, and it was about 37 minutes, which is fairly slow for me, because I know that I could probably run that a good few minutes quicker than that. But it left me with, I think it was 7th in my age group. Now, my time overall was 2:50.28. And that meant that I finished 21st overall in this event, but 4th in my age group category, which is the best I've ever achieved, actually. So I didn't feel great after the triathlon. I never thought I actually performed that particularly well. And yeah, I was sort of a bit moany after it. You might have seen towards the end of that race video, but overall pleased, really. Would I go back there? I'm not sure. I like the swim, the bike I quite enjoyed, but the run didn't suit me. But then you think, well, it's always good to go back to see what you can do, and that run I've got a bit of unfinished business with. So I'm not saying no to ever doing that run again, but it is unlikely, because I did kind of do that one fairly quickly just to try and get one in again before the Outlaw Half. So guys, that's it. That's where I'm going to leave the video. Very quick race report. I didn't want to make this too long. Catch me in a couple of days again, because I'm going to be trying to vlog the Outlaw as best as I can. I might split that into 2 videos. I'm not sure. I have got plans in the week to get another video out as well, if I can manage to do it and fit it in with all the time issues that I've got going on. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Take care.